Now mainly in assemblies, when it comes to assembly, we should know what exactly scaling is all about. Okay, scaling is the most important concept need to be understood. Okay, scale or scaling. Scale you might have learned from your first year engineering graphics. You have learned about different types of scales. Okay, vernier scale, plane scale, diagonal scale, comparative scale. These are the types of scale that you have discussed. There you might have focused more on how to draw those scales, but the concept is more important. Okay, you have basically it is classified into three types. Number one, we call it as a regular scale. If you are joining, regular scale is one, and number two, enlarged scale. Okay, and number three, reduced scale. Out of these three, third one which is called reduced scale is very much helpful for us in case of assemblies. All right, let us discuss one by one. Let me explain you what exactly regular scale is all about, and then enlarged and reduced scale. All right, now coming to the regular scale, whenever we talk about a regular scale, the thing which should comes in mind is 1:1 ratio. 1:1 in sense, whenever you're drawing any representation or any view with respect to a regular scale, it does mean that you are supposed to consider the dimensions given in the question. Okay, whatever the dimensions given to you in the question, same dimensions you are supposed to consider for your representations. Okay, whereas in case of enlarged scale, what I'll try is, here I'll try to increase the size of the component or the image or the representation. Okay, let us call it as 2:1 or else 5:1. I would just want to increase by 5 times whatever the representation given. I want to increase the size by 5 times, or else I want to increase the size by 2 times, or else it could be increased by 10 times. Now if you see industrially, the size can be increased by 50 times or 100 times also. It all depends on the size of the component. Okay, coming to reduced scale, we are trying to scale down the actual given dimensions or the sizes of that particular representation. For example, I would like to decrease by 2 times. Okay, I would like to decrease by 5 times. I would like to decrease by 10 times, or else 100 times. All right, now it all mean that it all depends on the requirement of the customer, or it all depends on the requirement of the draft person in sense, you people are nothing but draft persons, because you try to draft the things on a sheet of paper by using all the drawing instruments. Okay, let us go in detail of each and every individual regular, enlarged and reduced scales. All right, now as I said, regular scale is something which you try to consider the given dimensions. Okay, for example, for this session, let me consider a simple component. Okay, let me consider, for example, for this session I'll consider this component a 3D model. I just call this as a cylinder. Okay, which is symmetrical with respect to vertical. Okay, here you find an axis line. All right, which is having a diameter of 80 and a height, if you could see, there is a height of 200 mm, 200. All right, and here the diameter is 80. Okay, this phi is the representation of diameter. All right, now if I ask you to draw the representations of this particular 3D model, then what exactly we'll try to do, we'll try to see the position. Now if I'll say this is the position of the observer, okay, if that is the position of the observer, then when I view from the front, I could see a rectangle of 80 by 200, and from the top I could see a circle of 80 diameter. Okay, the representation is something like this. I could see a rectangle from the front, others are joining. Alright, this is a basic thing that you know, and this is how a rectangle look like. At the middle you find a center line, and when I view from the top I could see a circle. The diameter of the circle is exactly matching with the width of the rectangle. Okay, that is what we do. Now here, if you could see, this is the height. Now whatever given, it is given it as 200 mm. I have taken the same height 200 mm followed by a diameter of 80. Okay, so I have considered whatever the dimensions given in the 3D model, same dimensions I have considered. So it does mean that I have considered 1:1 ratio, means I have considered regular scaling, means whatever given by considering those given dimensions or specifications, I have developed the representations. Okay, my representations are front view and top view, front view and top view. All right, now this is called the regular scaling. This is called regular scaling. I have drawn everything with to the given dimensions. Okay, for example, the component size is very minute, because I am going to draw the same component. I am going to draw the same. If this 200 by 80 mm, if I draw it on A4 size, then it is fine. I can fix it to A4 size properly, and visually also the elevation is proper. I could see a proper rectangle and a proper circle. That is fine. And if I send the sketch to the shop floor for manufacturing, then the person easily understand the drawing and he could easily manufacture the component. Okay, and when it comes to the same component 80 by 200, if somebody asks me to draw on A0 size paper, A0 size is lot bigger when you compare with A4 size. Okay, if the question is, now I would like to draw the same representation on A0 size paper. Okay, now the A0 size paper is very big when you compare with A4 size paper. So if I draw something on A0 size, let me show you roughly. If I consider this as A0 size paper, on this A0 size paper, if I try to draw the representation which is of 200 by 80 mm, then obviously it is going to be somewhere here. Very minute. The sheet size of the sheet is very big. Size of the sheet is very big, but comparatively, when I draw the representation, of the given 3D model, those are very minute. So now the complete sheet is useless. Okay, when you are trying to draw something which is very small here on A0 size, it will look very minute and you can't show the dimensions also. Dimensions you may show properly, but those are not so proper when it comes to the elevation part. Okay, so here what we'll try to do, we'll try to increase the size of the component. Okay, we'll try to increase this particular size of the component. For example, just try to concentrate. I'm trying to increase by 2 times. I'm trying to increase by 5 times. I'm trying to increase by 10 times. It all depends on the requirement of the client or the customer. Okay, or the draftsperson, or the person who is actually working on the shop floor for manufacturing the component 3D model by using the raw material. So if that is the case, what I try to do, if I try to increase the size by 2 times, what happens? This is multiplied by 2 and this number is also multiplied by 2. Then what happens? This becomes 160, this becomes 400. If that is the case, then easily the component size will increase. This is the size of the component. Okay, now the height is supposed to be 200, but I made it to 400. Okay, and the diameter is supposed to be 80 and I just made it to 160. All right, if that is the case, then visually it is very clear that this is a rectangle of 200 by 80 and this is a circle of rectangle of 400 by 160 and a circle of 160. That information we have. But one more important point to be noted, we have enlarged the representations just to make the other person understand. Alright, now when you show the dimensions, you are supposed to show the actual dimensions. What are the actual dimensions? This is supposed to be 200 and the diameter is 80. This is very important. Okay, you hello, yes, any questions? We are trying to enlarge the size of the feature which is very small. Okay, after enlarging, you are supposed to show the actual dimensions given to you in the question, and to communicate that I have increased the size, what you are supposed to do is you should write down the scale here. Scale in the top bottom right corner, you are supposed to specify the scale, that is equal to 2:1, means we have increased the dimensions by 2 times, dimension of the representation by 2 times. Okay, for example, if you have increased it by 5 times, you are supposed to write it as 5:1. Okay, the best example of enlarged scale is a wristwatch. In case of a wristwatch, for example, I would like to manufacture a wristwatch, and to develop the outer boundary or complete body of the wristwatch, what I have to send the drawing to the shop floor person. While sending the drawing, as the wristwatch diameter is very small, even the dial, inside the dial dimensions or the numbers you follow, numericals that you follow are very minute. So in such case, what I'll try to do, I'll try to enlarge the view and show it to the person, and I'll specify the scaling that this is made of this scaling, but you are supposed to manufacture to the actual dimensions. So then he calculate things accordingly, he'll try to manufacture the component. Now in this case also, here actually when you actually measure the component is 400 by 160, but just by looking at the scaling, he'll consider it as 200 by 80. But if you try to measure with a scale properly, then it will measure 400, not 200. This will measure 160, not 80 mm. Okay, so it all depends on the convenience and the elevation part of whatever the sketch you will try to make. Okay, another example in case of enlarged scale is if you are trying to construct a building. Okay, if you are constructing your residence. Okay, now you try to take some 200 square yards or 400 square yards to construct a 3 BHK or something. In such case, you can't show 3 BHK to a regular scale on a sheet of paper. To a regular can you show the that particular layout on a regular scale 1:1 ratio? It is not at all possible, because to get an approval from the government, what we'll try to do, we just try to show the complete layout with all the dimensions, or all the room dimensions, all the specifications on A3 size or A4 size, maybe on A0, A1 size, to get an approval from the government. So in such case, 200 square yards or 400 square yards can't be shown on a sheet. What we'll try to do, we'll scale down. Okay, we'll scale down and we'll try to show in general. Okay, regular scale is not at all possible. So in such case, we'll go with a reduced scale. We'll scale down and we'll try to show. Okay, in the same way, coming to the third part, which is a reduced scale, let me draw a drawing sheet. Now the sheet is A4. For example, I'm considering an A4 size where I would like to show these dimensions. Let us consider for our understanding that 80 by 200 will not fit. Front view and top view will not fit to this particular sheet. But I don't know that information before. What I'll try to do, I'll start drawing the sketch. Initially, what I'll try to draw the front view. This is the front view of the 3D model cylinder, which is of 200. Because the regular dimensions given or actual dimensions are 200. Now at some offset distance, by taking a center, if I draw the circle is crossing the limit. It is going out of the page, which is completely wrong, which is of diameter 80. Now in this case, what I'll try, if this is the scenario, this should not happen. So what I'll try here is, in this case, I'll try to go with a reduced scale. Means 200 divided by 2, 80 divided by 2. I'll try to reduce the scale. Now this becomes 100, this becomes 40. By using 100 by 40, what I'll try, I can easily place the view inside the drawing sheet. This is what happens. Now here the problem is solved now. So in that way, these scales are very much helpful: regular scale, enlarged scale, and reducer scale. Try to understand. And for our assembly, coming to the machine drawing assembly part, reducer scale is very much helpful, because when you draw big components like eccentric or eccentricity, when you draw the you are supposed to draw the front view and the side view, because it is symmetrical with respect to horizontal. When you draw front and side views, the complete length of your A3 size is not at all sufficient. Okay, in that complete length you will get only front view, and that too some portion will go out of your drawing sheet, because you have a leading edge, a bar of 500 mm, and the outer periphery of part number 1, straps, you find straps of this kind, no, for your what you call eccentricity. This is how, this is first strap, and this is strap number 2, something like this. So if this is the case, then this is going to take 280 mm out and out. It is going to take 280 mm diameter, and there is one more part going to come and accommodate here, which is again having a leading edge with cut section. They'll show one cut section here. Okay, and here there will be one patterning. Now in this case, if you see, this complete leading edge is going to take a dimension of 500 mm, which is not at all possible to place. 500 plus more or less 280, 300 mm. So overall it is going to take 800 mm length in this paper, 800 mm length, followed by, with some gap, you need to draw side view also. That side view is 45 mm near about. Okay, so some clearance should be there with the sheet again, this side and that side. Moreover, I mean, more or less you are going to take some 500, 300, 350, 400, I mean near about 5, 800, 1000 mm. 1000 mm should be their overall length, and width should be around 280, 300 mm. So that plan you should have before you put it on the sheet of paper. Okay, so in this case of eccentricity, we'll try to go with a reducer scale. Means all the dimensions, whatever the dimensions given to you in the questions, all are divisible by 2. Means all are reduced by this number, so that I can use those dimensions to construct the complete sketch. Okay, after construction, you are supposed to show the given dimensions only here. Okay, you are not supposed to show the divisible dimensions, you are supposed to show the given dimensions in the question. And lastly, you have to specify the scale. That I have taken it as, the scale I have taken as 1:2 ratio. Then the person who is actually working in the shop floor, or the person who is superior to you, will understand what exactly the concept you have implemented. Okay, you can scale down eccentricity, stuffing box, screw jack, cross head, revolving center. All these can be scaled down, and you can use. There is lot more flexibility in scaling down. The features you can show so properly in the elevation. Okay, that is what I would like to explain today. If you have any queries, you can ask me right now.